Hey guys, I'm Cody, and I'm going to be hiking the Appalachian Trail here in 2020. And I wanted to go over kind of some of my inspiration, possibly why I quit my job, why the AT versus the PCT, and just kind of what life is going to look like. Um, I have a ton of background backpacking to start off. So um, the AT has always been something I've known about since a very young age. I used to backpack all the time. I was in Boy Scouts. We went to the Smokies. Obviously, saw the sign at Newfound Gap. Like I was always aware of this like trail that kind of existed, and I always knew it was there, but never really had any desire to do it. Then in my teens, I started doing these cross-country cycling trips. I would There was a group based out of Bloomington, Indiana, that does these amazing trips that are anywhere from 1,000 miles to 2,000 miles, and they range age group from 16 to 80 something is the oldest person that's done it. And they were amazing. They were trips that took me all over the country. It was a really unique way to see the country, and it got me just like addicted to adventure. And then I did that for about 5 or 6 years, at least 6 years, maybe seven. And then I kind of got older. I got a career. I started working full time. I couldn't get the time off because it took 3 to 4 weeks for those trips every summer, and I just couldn't get the time off to go on them. And like ever since then, I'd been kind of like trying to fill this void of adventure with backpacking trips and hiking trips and going to see new places, and it just wasn't as fulfilling as one of these grand adventures. So in 2015, Homemade Wanderlust vlogged her Appalachian Trail through hike, and in her first video, she has no idea what she's doing, none. She's new to backpacking, spent maybe 1 or 2 nights ever camping ever, and she's out there attempting to do this 5 to 6 month adventure with a homemade tarp, a hammock, no underquilt, like just absolutely clueless. And it was super inspiring to watch that adventure play out and see how she grew and overcame obstacles and discovered what you did and didn't need on an adventure like that. And then so that's when the AT was really like, hey, that's a thing that people do. If this person with no experience can do it, why couldn't I? I've been backpacking since I was 8, and I've been on tons of trips. And then in 2015, I got a real career. I started, I went salaried. I started earning a bunch of money, or not a bunch, but a good living wage, and allowed me to purchase some of the gear I have and upgrade. And then all my vacations, I started going backpacking. I started traveling, to the Sierras. I went and climbed Mount Whitney. I went up to the Grand Tetons. I've been to the Smokies dozens of times. Red River Gorge. I've been out to West Virginia. I just started traveling and going backpacking every opportunity I had. And every year there were just more and more vloggers of the Appalachian Trail, and I've watched all of them. But like a couple of them that stand out to me are like 2015 was Homemade Wanderlust. Um, oh gosh, 2016 was like Darwin on the Trail, Bigfoot, Chris Goes Outdoors. Recently, I think 2018 was like Handstand, Evans Backpacking. Just a couple of them that stand out to me. But like, I was just could not get enough of the Appalachian Trail. I just wanted to see it all. Then I started watching PCT videos, and I just wanted to know everything there was to know about the Appalachian Trail and what it took to hike it and how long it took and what gear they took. And then I became like this super gear junkie where I just like start researching everything. And it's just inspired a ton of passion just every year seeing these success stories one after the other of people of all different lives, like different areas of life, from just getting out of high school, from in between jobs to retired. It was fascinating to me that all these people would go onto this trail and dedicate 5 to 6 months of their life to accomplishing this goal that no one else asked them to do. They did it for themselves. And it was just amazing to me. So about a year and a half ago, I decided, I think it was at the end of Evan's backpacking videos, when he finished his Appalachian Trail with handstand. I went to my boss and I was like, look, in 2020, I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail, March of 2020. And he, like, kind of mulled it over, you know. He was like, "Why would you do that?" Like everyone else, and yeah. So like, I started planning for it. I started saving for it. I upgraded a couple more pieces of gear. I started like being a little bit more weight conscious. I started, taking what you would take on the AT on some more severe weather trips, so that way I could get like used to kind of the suck, because as a weekend backpacker, you can take all the luxuries in the world and get through whatever weather you want. But on the AT, you're pretty limited to what you can take, and you have to make that be as effective as possible. So I was just, checking my gear, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't work, upgrading what I needed to, whatever. Like it was a ton of fun going out with minimal gear in cold weather and making it through. It made it an adventure again. It was great. I loved it. And so this year, time got closer and closer and closer, and it's reality now. I have quit my job. Today is the last day I will be employed with my past employer. And it hasn't quite sunk in yet that in less than a week, I'll be starting the Appalachian Trail for 5 to 6 months. But anyways, so I decided to quit my job. This is something I've been super passionate about over the 5 years. The last 5 years, I've grown incredibly passionate towards it, and I'm really looking forward to this adventure. And hopefully, I'll be able to develop a little bit for myself. I am the kind of person that just goes, right? I find a task that I want to complete, and I just go, 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 go. I don't stop. I just finish it, and I do the best I can the whole way. And I think that is probably going to be my downfall, and I want to be able to take a step back, slow down, and kind of enjoy the trail. And I hope that I'll be able to get that out of this trail. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. On top of that, just meeting amazing people, and growing a larger community of people that want to hike this trail and want to know about backpacking. That is really what I want. I want to, the community behind backpacking is amazing. It's a pretty small group of people. It's growing every year, but they're all extremely passionate about what they do, and it's really fun to see that common goal, that common passion drive people to do amazing things.